Welcome students, welcome to this online session of operations research. In this lecture, we are going to introduce a new topic called game theory. Basically, we will start with the introduction to the game theory. What are the terms related to the game theory? Then we will look into the characteristics or the characters of a game theory, and finally, the limitations. Whenever you are using the game theory techniques, what are the limitations? So let's start. So what is game theory and what is it about? Fundamentally, if you talk about operations research, it is nothing but decision science. So in decision science, whenever you are making any decisions, that part is nothing but game theory. Altogether different concept, different name, but underlying characteristics, or you can say the application, is decision making only. Now, with the help of decision making, we try to look for the best options which will provide the profit, or you can say benefits, to the company, or you can say individual, whoever is deciding. Right? It also explores what the strategies are, what kinds of solutions are there, and which solutions are useful or beneficial to the company. For example, price wars, negotiations, politics, win a new contract, marketing strategies, all these areas use game theory extensively. Now, what makes a game? What are the elements of a game? So first of all, players are there who plays the game, right? Or you can say if the companies are there, two companies are there in the competition or prize war, these two companies are the players. Their choices when they move, their strategies are there, or the course of actions are there, right? During the game, or you can say during the scenario where they are in the market, right? Their outcome is there when, let's say, for example, if a company has come up with some marketing campaign, out of the marketing campaign, if there is a success for one company, how do you measure that success? That measurement in terms of payoff is the outcome. Now the amount that is received as an outcome is the payoff, right? Outcome is nothing but the result of the completion. Whatever the campaign is there, for example, when you complete that campaign, right, the completion is nothing but the outcome. But when you measure in terms of profit, that is expected profit, that is the payoff. And the rules are there. Let's say, for example, government policies in case of companies to restrict the marketing, or say the internal or external rules within the organizations for the marketing campaign, for example. These are the rules to play within the marketing scenario. This is an example for looking deep into the terms, or you can say the elements of the game. Now let's look into the history who's developed this game theory, starting with John von Neumann and Oscar Morgenstern. These two mathematician and economists were the pioneers in game theory. And very old in terms, before even the computers were developed, the developments of game theory started in around 50s. So if we talk about the classification of decision making environment, three factors are there: certainty, uncertainty, and risk, right? If we talk about certainty, again there are competitive situations and non-competitive situations. Specifically in competitive situations, you have pure strategy and mixed strategy. Pure strategies can be easily solved with the help of saddle point. We will look all the examples based on these concepts in forthcoming lectures. And in mixed strategies, different payoff metrics, based on different payoff metrics, we can easily solve the problems based on this decision making criteria. Uncertainty and risk environments are discussed in detail in decision theory. Now let's look into the terminology related to game theory. First of all, the game, which is an activity where the participants take part and according to the set of rules they play the game, right? Which will provide the gain for one player and loss for the other player. Player, the participant of the game. Payoff is the quantitative measure of the achievement. Whatever the achievement any player is getting, if you measure it quantitatively, that is the payoff. And whenever you convert that into a table or matrix, that is the payoff matrix. Now the predetermined rules that a player is taking, right, for the course of action, there are different course of action. Out of those course of action, whenever a player is deciding any course of action for its own benefit, that is the strategy. And saddle point is the point where each player has the pure strategy. What do you mean by that? At that point, the game is stable. The lowest in the row and highest in column. We will look into an example for the saddle point so that we can easily understand the concept. Now, further we have zero sum game. What do you mean by that? Here the sum of payments to all the players is zero. Right? Non-zero sum is literally opposite to that. Sum of the payments to the player is not zero. Any player may receive out of that game. Value of game is the maximum guaranteed outcome out of this play. Whatever maximum guaranteed outcome is there is the value of the game. For saddle point, the game which involves saddle point, that is also the value of the game. Maximin means the maximize minimum value of game. In a game theory, one of the player, if two players are playing, one of the player will try to minimize the maximum loss, and second player will try to maximize the minimum gain. So these two concepts are there, maximin and minimax. In terms of strictly determinable game, where the maximin and minimax, they are equal but not zero. Right? That is strictly determinable game. Now, let's talk about the strategies. Different strategies are there: pure strategy, mixed strategy, and optimal strategy. In case of pure strategy, maximin is equal to minimax, or you can say the saddle point is there. The practical terms, if you talk about, the player knows in advance all the strategies, right? In mixed strategies, what will happen is there is a probability which is related to the course of actions. That is nothing but the mixed strategy. And optimal strategy, out of all the strategies, the player will try to optimize the gain or loss, minimize loss or maximize profit. That is nothing but the optimal strategy. Now how do we formulate it? Here the row wise is the maximizing player and column wise player B is the minimizing player. Right? These are the payment terms or payments given in the cells here. Right? Course of actions are given here 1, 2, 3, 4 up to M. And what are the types of game theory? Based on the competitors. Let's say for example 2 people are there, then it is 2-person game, n-person game. Right? Then we have based on the outcome. Zero sum game we already discussed about, or non-zero sum game where the sum of the payments to the player is zero. Now let's look into how do you solve the game theory, how do we approach it. So first of all, given the payoff matrix, we will try to find out maximin or minimax. We will look into one example, how do we solve that. If there is saddle point, then it is the value of the game. But if you do not find the saddle point, then you will look into the matrix which is 2x2 matrix. If it is a 2x2 matrix, then we can employ the methods like analytical method, algebraic method, or this Oddmans method to solve, or you can get the value of game. But if it is not 2x2 matrix, you can solve with the help of dominance principle. You reduce the matrix, right? And then again you can solve with the help of these methods. But still, if you cannot do the further reduction, then you can see this option 2x n or m×2 matrix. If it is an option, then you can solve the problem with the help of graphical method. But even still this is not the case, then final option is to solve the example with the help of linear programming problem. Let's look into a method, or you can say the example to solve the saddle point. Now here the payoff matrix is given. First of all, we will scan the row and we have to find out the saddle point, or you can see the value of game. Let's scan the row first and we find the minimum here. So if you scan first row, the minimum is -2. So we'll write the -2 here. Then in the second row, the minimum is -6. Right? Out of this minimum, the maximum value is -2. So that is the maximin. In the column, we will scan the maximum one. So the column it is 6 and 4 and -2. Out of this maximum values in column, we will look into the minimum value, that is -2. Now if we compare maximin and minimax, -2 is, or you can say maximin is equal to minimax, which is -2. Hence we have arrived at the saddle point. We have found out the saddle point or the value of game, which is -2. Let's look into another example. Here payoff matrix is given 3 cross 4 matrix, right? Where the payoff values are given, player A and player B, course of actions are given. Now if you scan the rows, the minimum values here it first is 40, right? 45 and next is 30. Out of this the maximum value is 45. In the same way here the maximum value is 62, 45, 55 and 51. Out of this the minimum value is 45, right? So hence we have arrived at the saddle point, which is nothing but 45, which is also the value of game. In this way we can easily solve the, or you can say find out the saddle point, right? Or you can see the value of game. Let's look into these limitations of the game theory. First of all, risk and uncertainty factors of decision making are literally neglected in the game theory. Then competitors we have fixed in advance, right? It is not the case always. Again, course of actions are also finite. And zero sum game, it means that there is the sum of the payment to the players is 0, which is literally not realistic in practical life. Again, the payoff we know in advance, which is also not realistic. And final, or you can say different conditions here, problem outcome under different condition does not show how to play the game. Yes, the course of actions are given, alternatives are also given, but how to play the game, how do you approach the game theory is not given. And finally, the strategies are given and knowledge of the opponent strategy, that is taken for granted, or you can say we have assumed beforehand. And in case of competition, it is very difficult to know the strategies of the opponents. Hence, these are some of the limitations of game theory. Finally, we have the dynamic approach, where you have the fluctuations in market conditions. These things are not taken into consideration when you are studying when you are solving the game theory problems. So in this lecture, we have introduced the concept of game theory and characteristics, terms which are related to game theory, and we solved the problem related to saddle point. Thank you.